how to improve the communication skills across different companies and technologies and reduce the jargons and the buzzwords while communicating.
Okay, so I'll get the first thing, like authenticity and the trust. So
Mhm.
you I'll be really there's a bit of media or some sort of a bit of management skill that you might need when you're doing such stuff. How do you get trust? How do you get that, that sort of, I'm doing really great, I mean, this person, I want to listen to him. So you need to give them value. So the value is the trust that you would generate, and keep giving the value at the times that, say, for example, I'm trying to like put my train of thought in a much better manner. So say, for example, if you are running a YouTube channel, and say that you want to help students learn JavaScript, and then you cover from the basics, or like you cover anything and around the JavaScript or whatever the technology that you want, but you keep giving valuable insight into the technology, and you
Mhm.
place them every week, like how we were doing this show. The Campus DevRel Show happens every week, and Yash brings in someone from the DevRel space, and he asks all the your questions to him or her, and then makes them speak about the problems. You could ask questions. There are a lot of these things, right? So this slowly generates a trust. This builds that, okay, I in the DevRel world, in the relationship between the developer and it creates kind of a safe space for people to, like, understand. Oh, I could believe this guy, because they could go back and check. And especially with the technologies, especially with developer audience, I should say,
Mhm.
they are not like any other audience. They are logical
Right.
people, and they want to validate the things. So the trust that you generate is a genuine value that you give. You give something, they go and check, they find out stuff, they learn a thing. Sometimes they are at awe, like, the
Mm.
thing that you give them spellbounds and also generates trust and liking. Sometimes people want to really go and find out. So that kind of that is one sort of trust that I could create. I'm happy to help more. Like if you have more questions, like you could, even if it doesn't happen in the stream, like I'm happy to, if you comment on the LinkedIn, or like, anywhere we can talk about it. And then, like, and the next question is like how to improve the communication skills across different companies and technologies. This is a technique that I would suggest, and I would tell about everyone, is you know I always learn technology like, uh, I am 3 or 5. So I always learn technology that, I get to the point that I understand the basics of it. Say, if I want to understand Docker, I want to understand to the level that how does a Docker, the technology, like, is it LXC containers? How did LXC containers happen? And I will understand that way. Like, if it is a cloud, how does cloud really run? And I kind of like
Right.
learn this. And when you have this, the deep knowledge, you're connected to the root. And when you are talking about the leaf of a specific topic, right? You kind of like you kind of like you can relate to it, and then you know the entire knowledge. You can reconstruct uh, without really using the buzzword, right? Say, for example, I could literally tell that, say, let us take a simple technology like, say, Docker. Say, it's like a container. People know that it's container, but how it spins up, you have something called Docker engine. Like, you have a big ship, and even the logo points out that you could take the references, the common references, and start explaining things. And then when the
Right.
technology, you want to build new and new features, like how do you do RBAC, like the role-based access control, or how do you want to do all of this? You could start explaining these things with basic examples that the developers could relate to. Even if there is a developer who is beginner, intermediate, or advanced, you could start relating. Of course, the advanced programmers who just want to, like, understand the real deal might feel like, oh, this guy is talking too much deep. I just want straightforward answer. But you would
Mhm.
help a lot of people when you try to, like, you get to know this thing in the technology that you want, and then, like, you break that jargon words, be it blockchain, be it artificial intelligence, be it anything. You just frame that. You just start from a basis point and take it to that level, and then they feel complete. And I've seen many developer advocates do this much better. And like I'm spellbound at multiple times about how this architect the story have a story, and that's how you break the jargon. Always have a story, tell it by a story, and you observe this meta stuff. But in the conference keynotes from a lot of super cool, the presenters, they have a story, and they keep the story intertwined and communicate the topic very easily.